Good evening, everyone. My name is George. I'm the co-founder of RankUp, and we're building AI agents for SEO. And I actually just came from the sauna, so that explains why I'm sitting without a shirt. But and I'm completely cooked as well. Not from doing anything weird. It's just a matter of like sauna kind of cooks you a bit. And also, I'm really tired. It's almost 1 a.m. It's been a long day, but basically I'm doing end of every work day. I like to do a short video that basically describes on what I did throughout the day, my learnings, my learnings, my thoughts, etc. And yeah, I like to do it consistently every day, but fortunately don't manage to do that, and so I'm doing it for the last 4 days. Nice. So yeah, I mean, what a recap this is gonna be. I try to keep them 15 minutes or less. So, or sorry, max 15. So I'm gonna try to do that. Also filming with my friend's phone because my phone is doing a software update. So gotta keep your software in check. That's actually, I guess, one of my first thoughts that comes to mind. Is a very random thought, but yeah, it's just good to have your software updated on these phones and stuff to make the chances of people being able to hack your account and stuff like lower. And yeah, so basically, speaking of like, okay, if Tuesday was the first thing, then what the fuck happened on Tuesday? On Tuesday, fuck. What the fuck did I do? You see, it's like trying to find a good position. I can film this good as well and like kind of think at the same time. But what did I do? Well, I can kind of do a recap of the 4 days just in general, right? Because otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna get to the point fast enough. I'm not gonna remember. But well, one thing that I worked on, quite like very focused, was the website of RankUp website. So I was making quite a few changes there actually, and just broke down the strategy section more and kind of because that was very shallow in terms of information and like basically didn't communicate all the information and so needed to add a couple more like parts to it and like basically widen the section a bit and add more info. But yeah, that's basically what I've actually been for a lot of the week. I've been working on that actually, and so been working on that. Also added the knowledge base section to the website, and so did that. So made those updates to the website. Then also went to networking events that were happening here in Tallinn, and basically there was this Baltics and Beyond where there were some like founders from Estonia and that have already like made it quite far with their companies, also tech companies, and it was an interesting like listening. One thing that a couple things that I learned from there was when you reach out to like investors, right, then it's really important to understand what kind of investor you're talking to, right? Are you talking more of a financed focused investor, or are you for them it's really important, like less important the story which you have to tell and more actually the numbers that you have to show, right? And then vice versa with some other type of investor, right? That is more, that wants to hear more the story and the vision and that part, and less the numbers, right? So people evaluate people differently. So that's one key thing in terms of like, you know, approaching investors. Another thing is, whenever you are approaching investors, or like especially the later you're around, are in the later you are with the investment rounds. So I mean, yeah, Series A, Series B, Series C, blah 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 blah, right? The more important it is to have a data room, meaning like a data room is essentially kind of all your important, I guess, company information is there, and if they have anything that they would like to ask, right, it's kind of a part of due diligence, I guess you could say already. Then you could just easily get it from the data room and like respond to them quickly, right? Because they're gonna like it can be a matter of days or weeks of like, if you like, or even like, yeah, even days, like if you cannot like respond in days, then they're probably gonna like assume, right? And it's kind of all they can do, right? They're gonna assume that you're not very organized. And yeah, that's gonna like, you know, cause questions of like it's just not good to seem unorganized, right? Or like having your shit together, right? So yeah, and you know, how can they give money to people who don't have their shit together? So you know, that's kind of how it works. So this was a couple of things that kind of I note down. I tried to note down as much as I could, but then kind of ended in, yeah, and then I just started networking. So, and then probably a lot of the ideas that I got, or like the thoughts but yeah, honestly, I didn't get that much something crazy useful information from it. So yeah, it was more about the networking, but the networking was also like there wasn't much time. There wasn't like that amount of people, and a lot of people just left, right? And there were very few people that actually wanted to network. Meaning like, yeah, like a lot of most of the audience actually like left, and like just didn't want to even network and stuff, right? And yeah, so it is what it is. It's cool. You know, some networking events you meet amazing people. Some I mean, anyways, meeting people is nice, but you know, in terms of like business goals, then like, yeah, in some networking events you meet some amazing great people that can help you a lot. Then you can help them, whichever way it is. And yeah, but in some you just don't, and that's what it is. So that's kind of that. And then I also went to some of my friends here that run a real estate agency, and yeah, talked about different topics regarding yeah, just I mean as you do with great friends, I mean, life, business, with them, of course, real estate, of course, SEO, well, of course, marketing and sales as well. Yeah. And I guess one interesting thing was that, so basically, you know, they seem to get, they have like a lot of different partnerships, right, as real estate like agents. And also they have partnerships, and they work with, or they use also the real estate platforms, right? So here in Estonia we have three major ones. So it's Kave.ee, city24.ee and kinnisvara24.ee. And yeah, and the kinnisvara24.ee is actually now taken over the second spot over City24 apparently. And I don't know if it's users or revenue or what it is, but something like that. And what has really fueled their growth is that they have been like present online. It's crazy that City24 and Kave.ee are like barely available or like visible online at all, which is like just mind-boggling to me. Like, it's 2026 and you're still not doing like social media or like social media, or their like marketing is like barely anything, right? I guess like they're still doing like ads and stuff, right? Of course, like they do have marketing and stuff as well, but yeah, barely, like, yeah, in terms of social media, nothing. However, yeah, kinnisvara24.ee is still the third according to ChatGPT, for example. So if you search in LLMs, so they haven't yet managed to create the consensus that they are the best, even though when I was a real estate agent, actually I like their user experience much more. kinnisvara24.ee. So in terms of user experience and like the product that they have, I believe they are better than Kave.ee. City24 user experience is fucking trash, like horrible. So they're gonna get either kind of, they're gonna just like die out, I'm quite sure, if they don't make any major changes to the user experience. And also I guess they're more targeting like the Russian and Ukrainian market, or Russian speaking market. So I guess that's they're more of a niche. But I mean, Kave owns Kave.ee and City24 anyway. So yeah. But yeah, basically showed how important it is. Like, you know, I guess this would be more of like a foreigner thing, because in Estonia, like, everybody knows the real estate portals, like, kind of, it's just like a word of mouth and like network effect, right? But it's like, yeah, I guess SEO still plays a role in, like, you know, young people using like more and more this ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, etc. to like search. And so yeah, it was just interesting to see, like, yeah, even though like they're kind of, I guess, technically the second best, like you know, that doesn't mean Google, or sorry, ChatGPT or these LLMs like understand that, right? That, or like, you know, they might even be the best, right, in terms of the product and etc. So, but yeah, it doesn't understand it because there's no such consensus created online yet about that. So that was an interesting one thing that we discussed there. Yeah, I've also gone to the gym now every morning, actually, basically. And yeah, it's been a great effect for focus, and it's just like it gives a boost on, like, before I had it as well. I like, just as soon as I came from the gym, I wanted to conquer the world. I always want to conquer the world, I guess. Like, I'm in that mood, but I don't know if mood, but mindset is the better word here. But this like gym adds like another layer on top of that, right? So it is really empowering and energizing, I guess. And I don't know if empowering, it's just more about energizing. And yeah, so that's another habit I've like kind of taken for myself. And yeah, send outreaches to some of my SEO friends in terms of automating their stuff. Got a podcast appearance secured for, well, got reached out to, and I just agreed. It's about personal branding, so it's gonna be interesting. For next week, got a speaking gig set for late August. a lot of texting. Also got some more users. So yeah, but the time is running out. Anyways, these are my thoughts, my ideas. Peace.